and it's really just emerged from the pandemic.
Was that like the main thing that drew you here?
Well, we all moved here to start it. We didn't even move here to start it. We moved here to just keep doing what we were doing in LA. But LA had shut down. The comics started moving. Man, they started moving in droves. They started all moving to Texas because they could do shows here. We were just lost.
I didn't know that.
Without doing shows, we just all felt lost. And then by the time 2021 rolled around, there was like 15, 16 world-class comics living in Austin.
So in this clip, Ana Kasparian is going to report on Joe Rogan making this extreme, shocking admission. Ana Kasparian is really shocked about the thing that Joe Rogan says. And Ana Kasparian is saying that comedian bros are making a shocking admission. Though I'm listening here and I'm not hearing anything too shocking yet, but I could be wrong. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and see what really does he have to say, because this is actually going back in time. This is a new clip, but he's talking about that time when we had a great cough and then, you know, all the legislation and I mean what they did to this country was insane with shutdowns and lockdowns and censorship. But let's hear what Ana Kasparian has to say about Joe Rogan's shocking admission.
The comics are moving back home, except for Rogan. He still loves Austin. And by the way, I think Austin, Texas is actually fantastic. I've visited there a few times. It's a beautiful city, wonderful people, great food scene. But some of the comics who actually followed Joe Rogan's decision to go to Austin, to move to Austin, due to various reasons, namely, you know, the COVID lockdowns in states like California, that persuaded a lot of them to move. Now they're regretting their decision. And I think it's interesting because, and honestly, it's needed. I need this. The reason why I need this is because I do think that I wallow in everything that's wrong with California right now. And the grass does look greener on the other side.
The grass might still be greener on the other side. They might have just went to a different place in Texas. Like, don't get it twisted, you know. They probably just went somewhere in Texas where it's not working out for them with comedy, but it would work out for, like, regular people who were living there. And then you always could do the show. I mean, a lot of times Ana Kasparian doesn't even show up to the studio. So I don't know. I mean, and what's up with that show, Her Take? How's that going? We'll check on that. But so don't get it twisted that, like, oh, well, maybe California is not so bad just because a few people are coming back because of business reasons. That's funny. By the way, guys, please don't forget the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you to every eye that lands on these videos.
It's not.
And so maybe I can learn from their experience.
Yes.
And be appreciative of what we do have where we currently live.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get into the details. Texas-based outlet Cron recently shed light on a number of various comics, you know, members of the so-called manosphere who soured on where they were living. They moved to the Lone Star State, but now they're moving back. And that includes various people like Brendan Schwab and Shane Gillis, and we're going to get to their videos and what they have to say in just a second. But they're citing things in Austin
Dillon.
They don't like, including homelessness, weather, and the power grid, which we're good with the weather here in LA, for sure. Weather's beautiful, beautiful day today, especially. We've got the homelessness problem too, obviously. And our power grid isn't as privatized and disastrous as Texas's is. But we got some power grid problems too, especially in the summer. We've got like rolling blackout.
Okay, all right. You know what, Anna, I just want to, because they said Tim Dillon, and I want to see what Tim had to say. I don't know who that other guy is, but okay, wait. Shane was saying something about it, but I wanted to see if they actually do cover Tim Dillon. Yep. All right. But no, wait. That's Theo Von. We could always add him to the. There we go. I like Tim Dillon. Let me see first what Theo Von had to say about this California situation. So, by the way, guys, because I'm going to add this in, you will see me using like still shots because of copyright issues. I like to let people know what I'm doing.
I did. Yeah.
You moved here since we last talked to you.
Yeah.
You made a big move. So like, because you moved from New York.
Yeah.
Wow. And was there part of you that was kind of scared? Was there like, what were you thinking? Because I mean, I've thought about it, you know, and a lot of people have done it, you know.
No, I'd come down here a lot because, you know, do Rogan's podcast, do podcasts down here, do comedy. So I've been down here enough. So I wasn't worried about like living here. I just wanted to move to a place where you could do stand up during the week And
Yeah.
forever it was just New York and LA.
That's
now
true.
now you can do it in Nashville and Austin.
You can't do comedy during the week in LA? Like, what happened? I mean, I'm not.
No, during COVID, because they
Oh,
were
during-
shutting places down. That's why a lot of folks moved to Texas. But look, see, that goes to the heart of the issue, right? Because, yeah, I get it. Like, sometimes there's overregulation in the blue states or cities, right?
Sometimes.
And you can have overregulation. You also can have underregulation. A lot of corporations are way underregulated. That's more common. But okay, I get it. On the other hand, you go to Texas, and what do you find out? Oh, they privatize their power grid, so you'll lose power for 3 days in a row.
Okay, so that's different. Somebody losing power, they may not know that they're going to lose power. That's totally different than actual purposeful lockdown. This was not, it was just a little regulated. This is why I can't stand Cenk Uygur. Like, I really don't like anything against Steve. Like, I have a new disdain for Cenk Uygur. I usually try not to even use Cenk Uygur in my titles. Like, I'm so sincere. Because, shout out to him. He calls out Israel. But at the same time, Cenk Uygur is a shield for the corporations. He's a shield for everything. Oh, well, there was a little regulation. It was a lockdown. They couldn't do comedy during the week. What is this? Like, come on. That was crazy. And this guy tries to he tries to minimize it like that's normal. None of that stuff was normal.
I'm very curious to hear what he has to say because he also made the move.
It is time to leave Austin, Texas. The Tim Dillon Show will be leaving Austin, Texas. I had never loved Austin. I had gone here and I've done South by Southwest. I've done the Moon Tower Comedy Festival. But Austin to me always felt like Brooklyn. It was fun, but it was, a lot of hipsters and the food was good. A little one note. This was not a world-class city. It just was not. And I hadn't been here for a while, and I didn't know. And I moved here because I felt like I needed something new, and that something new would be good. And yes, the taxes are better. And yes, there are benefits to not being in LA. And yes, LA has a host of problems. But I moved here because first and foremost, I said, something new will be good. I was wrong.
Okay, so I caught a different video where Tim Dillon was actually complaining about the food. I don't know if it was a bit and he was just joking, but he seemed to really hate the food scene in Austin, Texas. And to be fair, I have eaten at good restaurants in Austin. I liked it, but I don't know the entire food scene.
It's not reasons why people move back home, It's business reasons. It's easier. I mean, he's a comedian. So, you know what? Things fixed up in LA and then he went back. Like, I don't think that's like the craziest thing. It's not to say that, but maybe LA is not so bad. Like, listen, a lot of these cities, these places, look, I've been to LA. I actually really liked it. I had a good time, right? But the complaints don't go away. Whatever she was complaining about, she had every right to be complaining about it. And just because a few comedians want to go back to doing shows, and a couple comedians are moving back to LA, I know it's a slow news week, but I just want to see something real quick because, I haven't checked on this channel. I don't know, because I've seen more and more of Ana. Saturday. Oh, okay, all right, okay. They still are kicking it. Okay, they just dropped something a couple hours ago. Let's see. Ana. All right, she's with the girls still. Let's see what's going on. Her and that. We're gonna talk about bricks. Let me just see real quick.
So first, we're going to start with, is the dollar being dethroned?
Hold on.
Dethrone the U.S. dollar. So BRICS comprises of 10 countries. That's Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Egypt, Indonesia, the UAE, and Iran. Now, what they're trying to do, and this is based on their recent summit, they have an annual summit. They essentially want to replace or find an alternative to something known as SWIFT. So,
all right, but I'm not going into all that. I just want to see her interaction with Ling Ling because her and Ling Ling be going off.
And I want to expand and build on your point. Not only is he threatening tariffs because of BRICS, he's threatening tariffs because of Jair Bolsonaro, his brother.
Yeah. Yep.
He's saying that he doesn't like how the Brazilian government is going after this guy.
Prosecuting him
for essentially, staging a coup against his own government and then fleeing to Florida.
So he's basically saying, if you don't drop the prosecution of Jair Bolsonaro, I'm going to tariff
That's
Brazil
exactly
even
right.
more. And that's
Just
just
a month ago. Exactly.
Crazy.
And I'm sorry, that's a sovereign country. You shouldn't be meddling in their business like that.
But you know who said that? He said that. A month ago, he said, I'm not going to meddle in the internal affairs of sovereign nations. He said that.
Right.
Okay, so now Ling Ling is coming off of Trump because they gave Ling Ling the, the talking points that we're not really for Trump anymore. MAGA's not really, like there's been a lot going on with the Epstein stuff. So this is a person who literally is like, download the chip and she does. I'm serious. I'm sorry. Very smart girl. I'm not calling her dumb, but she doesn't have any values. It's just download the chip. Whatever they tell me to say, I'm going to say it. Get out my way. Shout out to her. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.